Welcome back. Now we're going to go into Power BI a little bit more in depth. Previous video is really a broad stroke introduction to business intelligence, a little bit about Power BI. Now we want to talk about the three components of Power BI that we will make use of quite substantially. So first of all is Power BI Desktop, followed by Power BI Service, and finally Power BI Mobile. So let's look at Power BI Desktop. Right, when you actually log into Power BI, this is what it looks like. You have this welcome splash screen, if you can call it that, where it will have the logo, which states quite clearly Power BI Desktop, and you have get data and recent sources, meaning sources of data that you have accessed. You have followed by this portion here, which highlights the file or recent files that or Power BI file that you've worked on. I have blurred it, and then you have open other reports as well. That means these are the reports you haven't actually made use of recently, but basically those that you have made use of in the past. Or alternatively, it could be one that you downloaded from this lesson and then you're just using it. So in the middle pane here, you can see there are a couple of videos that you can actually quickly get up to speed on how to utilize Power BI Desktop. You have getting started with Power BI Desktop, you have building reports, you have a query review concepts. So these are created by Microsoft to help you get started. And then the rightmost pane here, of course, you have your name there. You also have down here, which Power BI is trying to convey to all the users what's new, the forum that you can actually go and ask questions or look at the questions that other people ask. You have the blog, which tells you the latest development, latest release or updates with Power BI, and then you have further tutorial as well. If you are using Power BI Desktop and there is an update being released by Microsoft, you will see this update available in the bottom right hand corner of your application. All right, so you may want to actually click to download and update accordingly. So let's look at the Power BI server, okay, or service I should say. This is actually the browser view. As you can see here, I've opened this up in Chrome. You can see app.powerbi.com. It will give you the remaining URL that's related to your account. Okay, so hence the reason why I've hidden this. So if you look at this canvas here, you have the name. Notice that desktop has disappeared. Now it's called Power BI. And then you have the home here, and then you have this pane here that tells you about your home, favorites, recent files or recent Power BI file that you've opened, other apps, what's shared with you, and learning, meaning you can go and educate yourself more, and then your workspaces. All right, and you have the new look and a few other icons here that allows you to actually play around with either changing settings or changing your account portfolio. Download this Power BI or queries that you may have, and also ratings as well. So this is the Power BI service view, and this is extremely useful. Desktop typically is what you use to create, and then after that you can actually upload to Power BI service. If you have a pro account or Power BI premium, then you can actually use this to share with others, okay, others within your organization, so that they can actually view it, or you can even allow them to collaborate with you on the report that you guys are creating together. So this is where it becomes cloud-based and highly useful. But if you're using just a Power BI basic account, only you can see this. Unfortunately, you can only share this if you are using Power BI Pro, or the other party is using Power BI Pro as well. Of course, if you have Power BI Premium, then you will have the ability to collaborate and share as well. Finally, this is the Power BI Mobile. This is obviously on the go. There's fairly limited real estates that allows you to be able to view many things. But the beauty of Power BI Mobile is that it allows you to actually be able to have a look at this on the go, especially if you want to share with your bosses or share with other colleagues. That you can actually have very quickly do this up in Power BI Desktop. and share it and allow them on the fly, either share with your client or look at how the company's latest data or latest performance or latest numbers is coming in. So it's fantastic, it's extremely flexible, it's wonderful for on the go. And this allows you to push it to your client or the users to actually view very, very quickly. Now, one of the things that I do want to highlight is that the use of Power BI depends on your role in the organization. You could be a designer, you could be a consumer, you could be an administrator, you could be developers. All of these have Power BI allows you to actually perform your role differently. Designer will be the person who create the dashboard. Consumer will be the person who is watching or looking at the visuals for decision making. You of course have the administrators, which manage, who have access to the report or the rows of data that you have. And then developers obviously are those people who support the either the cloud or the infrastructure space. So that's pretty much what I want to cover for this portion. When we come back, we're going to look at workflow. I look forward to seeing you in that video.